And the whole entire picture as a person, okay? And we have thinking skills, abilities. Tech savvy was kind of its own category. Character is represented by this heart in the center. Actions would be represented by the hands because it's something that you typically do and work with your hands. And then the foundation, we chose the category physical for the legs, obviously, because it's the foundation that supports everything. So, real quickly, the thinking skills, we have something like problem solver, critical thinker, curious, resourceful, collaborative. The abilities, literate, efficient reader, publisher. Character, we had a lot of the core values, but empathy, honesty, integrity are some, compassionate, loving, respectful. And as I mentioned, we just have a really cool, well-drawn iPad here with the bite of the apple. Pay attention to detail with tech savvy. And then the other hand actions, risk taker, integrity, driven, engaged. And then, like I said, the foundation for the feet, physical, healthy, happy, safe, and well-rounded. And we thought that, in order to be successful in all of these other things, you had to be happy with yourself and confident. So that's pretty much our
our qualities and characteristics, we just put them in 3 different groups. So we have our academic qualities and characteristics. So hardworking, a problem solver, aware of the possibility, the lifelong learner, all of those things are academic related. And then we had our social. So everything coming out of the student's mouth is social. So making good decisions, being a good citizen, a role model, a conflict resolver, a team player, being a clear communicator. Those are all examples of good social skills. And then the heart represents the emotional piece for the student. And so being compassionate, caring, kind, positive, respectful, encouraging. Those are all examples of a student who is very well-rounded emotionally.
Emotions and social. And for the community, we represented that by the houses. Our kids will go out in the community. We want them to be successful then. So we have the words responsible, safe, cultured, and holistic to describe that one. And then for academics, we have problem solver and motivated. And then we have our emotions in the heart, and we said caring, determined, and strong. And then for social, we represented by the hands and the feet. We said outgoing, polite, respectful, and kind. And so we represented those by houses, so when they leave us, they take those skills into the community.
We did 3 groups, and we were going to do 4, and we were going to separate the inner emotions, like with your character, and then how you treat others, but we ran out of time, so we just put them into 1. So our heart was our character, so they show empathy, they have confidence, individuality, they have respect, responsibility, and hope. And then we did the person with the brain for academic, and they're employable, dedicated, prepared, problem solver, lifelong learner, innovative, creative, goal-setting, and focused. And then we did our physical, rested, healthy, supported, safe, sheltered, encouraged, service, gives back to the community. And so those are our hopeful future tigers.
The 3 domains. I haven't talked about the 3 domains since Child Development 101, but they're all coming out now. The 3 ways a child can develop cognitively, emotionally, and physically, and these are the 3 things that we're working with them with every day. My group, we actually only came up with 1 for physical domain. It was just healthy. That's all we had. Everything else, most everything, you can kind of see it on the middle pane, most everything was social and emotional. We had some cognitive things, literate, analytical, knowledgeable, but a lot of our stress was on how they are emotionally. Empathetic, confident, optimistic, kind. Those are just some of the examples, but this was ours.
Themselves, the teacher to teacher, and teacher to student. So for the teacher themselves, they should be a lifelong learner, a goal setter. They should be proactive, knowledgeable, positive, confident, and passionate. For teacher to teacher, we said they need to be leaders, open-minded, cooperative, dedicated, patient, reflective, reliable, prepared, team player, flexible, engaging, responsible, and good listeners. For teacher to students, we said that teacher needs to be a leader again, persistent, caring, welcoming, humorous, innovative, dedicated, passionate, resilient, accountable, patient. Did I write that twice? I don't know. Student-centered, eager, positive, and empathetic. So that was ours.
To this where it's kind of 3 parts where you have it's a bell if you can't see it from the back, but you have like the handle which controls the bell, and within that handle it's like the base foundational characteristics of teachers, that they're driven, organized, focused, reflective, flexible, all those great things. Then you have like the emotional piece of education and teaching, which is like the bell part of the bell, if you want to call it that, where you're trustworthy, you're fair, you're empathetic, caring, and proud. It's kind of like the emotional piece of education. And then you have the clapper, the piece that, goes back and forth.
That's a good one.
It's called a clapper. That is the exact scientific word. But that's kind of like the impulsive reaction you have with kids. So you got to keep a handle on your emotions. But this handle, when you shake it, of course, it rings it back. So that's where we're at. Any questions? That was deep.
And we had a really hard time because most of our traits were all kind of related in some way, so we had a hard time sorting. What we eventually came up with was that sort of our foundation is all of our beliefs about teaching, the reason why we got into teaching, kind of what you believed before you really knew anything about teaching. This part, we said the pedagogy and content, obviously those are important, but we didn't put as much focus. We didn't have as many post-it notes about those as we did that related to the top part. So we put here character traits, just your general things like accepting, positive, motivating. Then the delivery of the content. So some of our things related to like, are you a facilitator? Do you ask thought-provoking questions? So we thought those related to content. And then continued learning yourself as a teacher, that you're constantly improving and a lifelong learner. And then we sort of had some things left, so we decided these were like the rain that helps it grow. As being culturally proficient, culturally responsive, understanding differences, team player, and flexible.
Puzzle pieces. And we're K3, so we really like the stickers and art. So we had to put our stickers together where all our puzzle pieces go back together. And this is our beautiful school Kennedy. We did community, social, and academic, which is basically the same thing that we did for the students, but we saw ourselves in the same 3 categories. For community, we talked about being positive, a leader, and being cultured. Social, we did friendly, patient, and understanding. And then for academic, we did tech savvy this time. We talked about technology. We talked about creating excitement, and then we really liked this word that we combined together with a bunch of our words together, and it was content enthusiast. Because you always have to put on a show and be very exciting when you're teaching.
Morning. Talking about caring, engaging, and secure. So when you're talking about caring, that's obviously that relation piece. That's with your students, that's with your colleagues. Engaging, that's more of your lesson delivery. And it definitely ties in, to those project-based learning that we're going to be learning more about, implementing later this year. And then secure, to me, secure is just secure in your best practices. So you're a solid teacher, you're looking at your data, you're organized, you're knowledgeable about your content areas. So, and it kind of worked whenever she suggested that. We looked at them and they kind of fell right into place. So.
Doesn't Kennedy have pillars?
We should have, drew the rest of the building. That would have been nice. So. But yeah.